Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to do a buyer's guide on the Castrol Tom's Supra. This is a 1997 model and it's just one of the most iconic cars ever to feature in the Gran Turismo series. It's been there since day one in sort of one form or another. I think we've had like the 95, the 99, 97 and I think 2001 maybe. But yeah, this is definitely one of the more iconic ones. When you think of Gran Turismo, this car's pretty much, like I said, been in them all. This is obviously the 97 model, which was I believe the first car in I think 3 years to sort of beat the GTRs in the Japanese championship. Obviously it's a GT500 spec, and it's a bit of a monster, a bit of a handful. I believe from the legendary dealer it costs, I think, about 1.8 mil. I might be wrong on that, but I can't really give you all the information on that. It's not currently in there. I think it's not long just been in there, but I think the majority of the players of Gran Turismo have got this on day one. I think it was part of a free car pack, and yeah, it's just awesome. There's nothing more really to say about it. It's just a great car. Like I said, it's featured in pretty much every Gran Turismo game possible over the years, whether it's, you know, 1 year or the next. Obviously they have slight changes. I think the 95 that was in GT1, that sort of has like a fixed wing, where this is sort of like on bars. By fixed wing I mean like sort of the side is all just part of the wing. Obviously this has got the holdings. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the coolest cars to ever feature. I believe it featured in the intro to Gran Turismo 3, but I believe that was a 99 model. And yeah, so let's talk about the car really. So if you're new to this kind of format or you've not been here before, let me just explain how I do these. Basically, I will get the car straight out the dealer. I won't tune it, I won't add any body mods, performance mods or anything like that, to sort of keep all the cars balanced how exactly they come out of the dealer. And then I will do a lap of the Nordschleife layout, and we'll sort of dive into overall what I think on the car. We'll then have a listen to the sound of the car. Then there'll be some onboard footage from my lap, and then there'll be individual sectors, and then overall we have sort of a Top Gear-esque lap time leaderboard, which sort of ranks the cars overall, just on the lap time really. Personally, for me, the slowest car that we've had on the leaderboard was one of the most fun to use. That was the Amuse S2000 GT1. Definitely one of the highlights of the game. I just really enjoyed that car. And for me, this car is another one of those cars that's just amazing to drive, no matter what track you're on. It's a bit more, so obviously I've just done a buyer's guide on the GT500 R34, which was quite planted, whereas this is a bit more, I'd say, twitchy. There's definitely a few more moments where the car does like to sort of break traction, and you know, you could probably ruin your lap if you're not careful. But yeah, overall it's definitely, you know, one of the better cars in the game, and in today's economy, if it is, I believe, like 1.8 mil, then it's 100% worth it. I mean, that's like 2 races and you've got the money. 2 or 3 races, takes about an hour to earn. So yeah, you may as well put your money into a car which is something you're going to use long term, and it is very usable through quite a lot of the single player events. And every now and again it seems to pop up like quite high up the leaderboard in the sport mode. I believe it's the Group 3 events. It does seem to perform very well. From what I know, it doesn't get massively affected by balance of performance, whereas some other cars do. So a reason why I really enjoy doing this series and sort of testing the cars sort of in my own way is purely because we haven't got that balance of performance. So some of these cars that aren't so meta may really excel and like be really good, whereas some like the more meta cars will be like further down the order. You know, for an example of that, really, we've got the Alpha 155, which I mean blasted the Group 4 Subaru by about 10 seconds, I think, on a lap round here. That's not saying the Subaru's not good, it just turns out to be like one of the more meta cars and overused cars for like Group 4 events. So I mean, it's a pretty cool format to see just how much balance of performance affects cars, like online especially. I'm not a massive online player, I don't play too much of it. So like one of the things I enjoy doing is these, you know, doing these buyer's guides, especially for like single player as well. Some cars are sort of a bit useless, like they'll be really quick on a lap, but there's not really many places to use them. So for example, we've got like the Vulcan, which has been top of this leaderboard since it did its lap, and that was a while back now. And it's yet to be beat, so it's like a really quick car, but you can't really use it anyway, which I think's, you know, quite a shame. But yeah, I mean, the cars like, you know, the Supra, the Skyline, they're quite usable, you know, especially in the Group 3 events. They're very popular to use. I mean, you see comments all over YouTube about people saying, oh, I use this car, and, you know, I use that car, and it's almost always going to be like the GTR or like the Mazda 787B, you know, cars like that. They're a bit expensive, but they're not too expensive to the point where they're useless like some of these other 10 million, 20 million legendary cars. So this is the point in the video where I will go quiet for a little bit and I'll let you listen to the car and you can sort of decide what you think of its engine note. So there we go, as we finish up our lap here. It did feel like a good lap. There's a few moments where, you know, the car was a bit twitchy and a bit too much. But yeah, overall it's definitely a really good car. As you can see, this is some of the onboard footage. And yeah, it's just really quick. Like I said, apart from the odd moment where the back end will sort of step, it does have plenty of grip. And even if it does step out, it is quite a controllable car. I don't know if that's just ever since like the latest update, but I do remember when this game first came out, it was still a good car then. But ever since we've got like sort of the new physics and the new handling model, this car is definitely one of the more sort of standout cars in the game for me personally. It's as good as it should be. Like I said, I mean, it's been in every Gran Turismo car. As soon as you see that car, a lot of people are going to think Gran Turismo. So yeah, I am glad it's a good car overall, because there has been a few cars that have been, you know, should have been legendary cars, but they're a bit of a letdown. So we're about to go into the individual sectors, and as you can see, we did a lap time of 6 minutes 46.5. As you recall, that's going to be very close with the Skyline GT500 that we did previously. So yeah, I mean, overall not a bad lap. There was probably room to improve. Like I said, there was a couple of moments where the car sort of stepped out a bit or became a bit unstable. So let's find out overall where it goes on our leaderboard. So there we go, it's still the Vulcan on top, but only just. It's about 2 seconds quicker than the GTR, the 99 Super GT car. But yeah, I mean, second place overall. For me, that's still impressive for the Vulcan. That's crazy that it's still there. But yeah, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. I make this kind of content each and every day. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.